At YouTube, this is it. Neck pickup. Middle position. And then the bridge. Telecaster sounds. We're going through a Fender Tone Master Deluxe Reverb at the moment, with a bit of reverb. You know what it is? Get the screenshot somehow or other. There was something like, there it is, the artist, Pink Paisley, or red, I don't know, Pink Paisley Telecaster. There's the back for you as well, for the pattern and the strangely cutaway heel thing. Really short, great guitar, really nice guitar. I'll explain the background to it, and there'll be some more sound samples a bit later. And I'll compare it to the sound of a Mexican Fender Telecaster, because it's a bit different than I expected a Telecaster like this to sound. From the looks of it, it looks fantastic. You know, artistic guitars are based in Australia. They ship to the UK, where they sell through a web shop, and I've understood they have done, and maybe still do, to the US. So you can get that, but not surprisingly to mainland Europe, which is why it's a bit special, because I live on mainland Europe. So how on earth did I get this one? Well, I was looking, the backstory. I'm still on the hunt for the perfect Telecaster, which, as you may know, is a copy of my old Jedson, which had a beautiful cream and a white pick guard and maple neck, the whole thing, which I still can't find. Anyway, I'm on that hunt still, but as I was hunting, I heard that artists made something similar, a relic version with a similar shape, similar body, similar neck, and I checked it out and it wasn't quite the same. But on their website, I saw this and I thought, that is cool, because I'm, like any sensible person, I'm a big fan of Paisley Telecasters, but there's not that many of them. Not many companies make anything that looks quite like this. And recently Fender have started to be published showing us the advertising for the new custom shop models of the Paisley Telecaster, the blue one and the pink one, which are very special, very expensive. Probably maybe a better guitar than this one, I don't know, but certainly unreachable for me. When I saw this, I thought, this is interesting. This is kind of affordable. It cost me 300 euros. This is a B stock model, which I got sent out. As I mentioned, it doesn't ship to mainland Europe, so the way I got this one is I got it delivered to an address in the UK, because I was there anyway for a project I was working on, and I picked it up and came home with it, and I'm loving it very much. So artist guitars, if you can, start shipping to mainland Europe, because you'll have customers for this kind of stuff. It's a very good guitar. If you check out, there's a video from the CEO of the company about the backstory of what they're trying to do, which I think is quite interesting. With artist guitars, they're trying to get not the budget market, you know, not the cheap ones, but if you spend a little bit more on quality, you get a much better instrument. And I noticed it with this one. This is, you know, I've had some Harley Benton, I've still got one Harley Benton guitar, I've had some others. And this one is a definite step up. Stainless steel frets, locking tuners, a nice bridge with copper saddles. I've understood the pickups are custom wound, hand wound pickups, which are in there. They've got a particular sound. You'll hear it next compared to my Telecaster, the Fender Telecaster, in a while, and it's slightly different. Not bad, just a bit different. And that's about, what else can I say about it? That's about it for now. Anyway, I'll let you hear some sounds about it now. I'm gonna do some close-ups of the different parts of the guitar. mentioned this came to me as B stock from the guys at Artist, and hang on, turn over it. There you go. Talk a bit better. I'm a fan of B stock guitars from other companies, but I didn't know how Artist dealt with that kind of stuff. But on their website, what I thought was really cool, they put a bit of text about the guitar, but there was a bit of obviously manually edited text. Somebody put in the condition of it, and it was different per B stock item. So it looks like they're honestly, telling the truth, which is really nice. And it said it was really good condition, and it just been returned because they didn't like it or whatever. So I was a bit nervous about that, but when it arrived and I unboxed it and unpacked it and everything, I thought there's nothing wrong with this at all, really nothing. It had been tuned, so somebody had obviously played it a bit and looked at it, but I can't see any fault in the guitar whatsoever. The only, is it a fault? I don't know, but if you look at the pickguard really closely in this part here, it's not quite symmetrical, if you get what I mean. So slight fault there, whatever. For the rest, it was perfectly intonated. It had been tuned, as I said. I did need to adjust the truss rod for the bend in the neck, because it was a bit bent back. So you loosen the truss rod, it bends a bit forward by the tension of the strings. So to make it a bit flatter, basically. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to adjust the string height. At the moment, it feels, for me, a bit low. I like a bit of air in between there. I never play the fancy stuff at the dusty end anyway, so it's fine for me. I might like a bit more space there. Not sure yet. Could anything have been improved by these people? No. Basically, there's some choices made which I wouldn't have done. Like, there's the cutout on the back and on the body here, which you can see real Strat style. I wouldn't have bothered with that. The cutaway on the heel is interesting, but okay. The lock and tuners, nice. Not necessary for me. There's no big screw on it, so I don't know if you really need them as such, but it stays in tune. Easy, fast for changing strings, through tighten and cut them off. What is nice about this is a string through body, and thinking back to my old Jedson, which I'm still looking for a copy of, that was a top loader. So I like top loads. I like the feel of it. I don't know if there's a huge difference, but it's in my mind more than anywhere else. And this one, the bridge, as you can see, well, I say it's through the body, but also it is cut. Let's see if you can get the holes there. You are. There are holes there to place strings from the top, so you can make it a top loader with no problem. It's got intonated saddles, the brass saddles, which are really nice for intonation. Raised pole pieces, if you're into that kind of detail, I haven't adjusted the pickup height. I think it's pretty much in balance. I might lower the bass end slightly. I think it's maybe a little bit bass heavy, maybe. Minor detail. Turn up loud enough you don't notice the difference anyway. Now let's compare it to the Telecaster. So this is the sound of the Artist guitar. Neck pickup, middle position. Bridge pickup. And now the Telecaster, the real Telecaster. So here's the Fender, same sequence. So the neck pickup. Middle position. And the bridge pickup. That's a loose cable somewhere. So you hear the difference. The bridge pickup is quite a bit brighter on my Telecaster. Slightly higher output on the bridge pickup as well, I've noticed. So it's just a bit different. Now we'll go back to the other one. a fun guitar. I'll tell you that much. It looks cool. So you've seen it, you've heard it. What's my summary? It's a very good guitar for the money. For €300, you've got a really nice looking guitar, which plays really well, stays in tune. I've used it at a few gigs, 2 gigs already, and it's going this weekend out to another one. I'll be using it for the gig and the weekend. It's going to be quite heavy sounding with a bit more distortion and a bit of drive in there, and it works well for that. But for the one a couple of weeks after in Germany I'll be doing, which you'll get video of that one, it's going to be a fun gig. Then we're going real country, so a lot of twang, a bit of tremolo on it, you know, to the amp. So that's going to be fun. Really nice guitar. If you can get one, grab hold of one.